Paragraph 34. Expressing excitement. When I got the news that I had been accepted into my dream university, I couldn't believe it. I ran to my mom and shouted, "I did it! I got in!" She hugged me tightly and we both jumped up and down with joy. "I'm so proud of you," she said, her eyes filling with happy tears. It felt like all my hard work had finally paid off, and I couldn't stop smiling. Paragraph 35. Sharing sadness. "I don't know how to feel anymore," Sarah said quietly, her voice trembling. "It's like everything has fallen apart since he left." Her eyes were red from crying, and she wiped away the tears that wouldn't stop flowing. I sat beside her, placing a comforting hand on her shoulder. "I'm so sorry you're going through this, Sarah. You don't have to handle it alone. I'm here for you." Paragraph 36. A moment of fear. As we heard the loud crash downstairs, my heart started racing. "Did you hear that?" I whispered to my brother, eyes wide with fear. He nodded, his face pale. "Stay here, I'll go check," he said, grabbing a flashlight. I wanted to stop him, but my voice wouldn't come out. Every sound seemed amplified in the silence, and I held my breath, hoping it was just the wind. Paragraph 37. Feeling betrayed. "How could you do this to me?" James asked, his voice filled with hurt. His eyes searched mine for an answer, but I couldn't look at him. "I trusted you. I thought we were friends," he continued, his hands clenched into fists. I wanted to explain, but the guilt weighed too heavily on my chest. "James, I'm so sorry," I finally whispered, but I knew it wouldn't be enough. Paragraph 38. Celebrating success. "We did it!" Emma shouted as we crossed the finish line. "I can't believe it. We actually won." We collapsed into each other's arms, laughing and gasping for air. All those early mornings and late night practices, it was worth it, I said, still breathless. The feeling of victory was incredible, and as we held the trophy, I knew this was a moment I'd never forget. Paragraph 39. Expressing love. "I love you," he said softly, his eyes shining with emotion. I could feel my heart racing as I looked at him, unable to speak for a moment. "I love you too," I finally whispered, my voice full of warmth. We stood there, wrapped in each other's arms, feeling the world around us disappear. It was a moment I had dreamed of for so long, and now it was real. Paragraph 40. Experiencing disappointment. "I'm sorry, but we've decided to go with someone else for the position," the email read. My heart sank, and I felt the disappointment wash over me. "It's not fair," I muttered to myself. I worked so hard for this. I stared at the screen for a few moments, trying to process the rejection. All I could think was, what did I do wrong? Paragraph 41. Apologizing for a mistake. "I know I messed up," I said, my voice shaky. "I didn't mean to hurt you, and I'm truly sorry." There was a long pause, and I could see the anger still in her eyes. "You really hurt my feelings," she said, her voice soft but firm. I nodded, guilt tightening in my chest. "I know, and I'm so sorry. I'll do anything to make it right." Paragraph 42. Showing compassion. "I can't believe this is happening," Tom said, his voice cracking as he tried to hold back tears. I could see how much pain he was in. "I don't know how I'm going to get through this." I placed my hand gently on his. "You don't have to go through it alone, Tom. I'm here for you, and we'll get through this together." Paragraph 43. Feeling lonely. "No one understands me," she whispered, her eyes staring blankly out the window. "I feel so alone, even when I'm surrounded by people." I could hear the sadness in her voice, and my heart ached for her. "You're not alone," I said softly. "I'm here, and I care about you. You can talk to me whenever you need to." Paragraph 44. Expressing gratitude. "Thank you so much," I said, my voice full of emotion. "You've done more for me than I could have ever asked for." She smiled warmly. "You don't have to thank me. I'm just glad I could help." I took a deep breath, trying to hold back tears. "No, really. I couldn't have made it through without you. You've been my rock." Paragraph 45. Feeling frustrated. "I've had enough," I shouted, slamming my hands on the table. Nothing ever goes right, no matter how hard I try. The frustration boiled over, and I could feel my face turning red. Why does everything have to be so difficult? I asked, pacing around the room. My friend looked at me calmly. Take a deep breath. We'll figure it out together. Paragraph 46. Sharing hope. Things will get better, she said, her voice full of warmth and reassurance. I know it's hard right now, but I believe in you. You're stronger than you think. Her words brought a sense of calm over me, and for the first time in days, I felt a glimmer of hope. Thank you, I said quietly. I really needed to hear that. Paragraph 47. Feeling guilty. I wish I could take it all back, I said, my voice heavy with guilt. I never meant for things to turn out this way. The weight of my actions pressed down on me, making it hard to breathe. I've hurt people I care about, and I don't know how to fix it. My friend looked at me with understanding. It's never too late to make things right. Paragraph 48. Sharing joy. I can't believe it, she said, laughing with pure joy. I got the job. I really got it. Her excitement was contagious, and I couldn't help but smile along with her. That's amazing, I exclaimed. You totally deserve it. She grinned from ear to ear, her eyes sparkling with happiness. I've worked so hard for this moment, and it's finally here. Paragraph 49. Experiencing regret. If only I'd done things differently, I said, my voice filled with regret. Maybe then I wouldn't have lost everything. The words hung in the air, and I couldn't stop thinking about what might have been. My friend sighed. You can't change the past, but you can learn from it. Don't let regret hold you back. Paragraph 50. Showing confidence. I know I can do this, I said, looking in the mirror with determination. I've prepared, I've worked hard, and I'm ready.